Good time zones, race fans, and welcome to the beautiful Daytona International Speedway for round number 1 of Season 11 for the Full Send Superspeedway Series as we get ready to tackle this beautiful high bank track of Daytona for the 80 laps around this circuit. And let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to have every single one of you here today. I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth, and alongside me, he will be here in just a few moments, but it's going to be the man, the legend, David Forch, as we will tackle this season together up here in these booth. And let me tell you what, if you guys were not with us last season, you guys are in for an absolute treat, where we will use different cars at different tracks every single week of this season. Let me tell you what, one driver that is absolutely looking forward to this is going to be that number 15 of Kensley Smith, as he looks to go back-to-back in the Full Send Super Speedway Series. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, sit down, enjoy some popcorn, buckle up, because it's going to get real racy, real fast, right here on the Racers Elite Network. Let's get to the action. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Daytona as these drivers are getting ready to end their qualifying session, and we will go down trackside and take a look at the starting lineup for today's event. And before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys head on over to racerselite.com, as that should not be happening. My apologies. Let's go ahead and show you guys your starting lineup for today's event. And ladies and gentlemen, starting on the pole, driver of that number 66 machine is going to be Aaron Rowland. On the pole, joining him is going to be driver of that number 45 of Ryan Warp. The 67 of Mikey Allen will be on the inside of row number 2, and joining him will be the number 63 of Garrett Michael. Inside row number 3, Joe Bonner and his number 11 machine. He'll be joined by the 57 of Aaron Roth. The number 98 of Andrew Teft. He'll be on the inside of row number 4. To his outside, and the number 3 Goodrich, it's going to be Austin Sale. On the inside of row number 5, Matthew Moniak in his Busch Light number 1. He'll be joined by the number 42, Jonathan Stidham. Inside row number 6, Wayne Graves in his 07 machine. He'll be joined by the 79 of Justin Day. Blake Hewlett in his number 73 machine. He'll be joined by the number 6 of Brett Bray. Then inside row number 8, the 23 of Frank Chavez. He'll be joined by the 72 of Darren Hammond. Inside row number 9, you got the number 10 of Kirby Wainscott, and he'll be joined by Blake Viken in his number 18 machine. Russ Martin in his elevated number 91 machine. He'll be on the inside of row 10. Joining him will be your defending champion, Kensley Smith in his number 15 machine. Matt Mettler in the number 311 machine on the inside of row 11. He'll be joined by Robert Garcia in the number 13. Inside row number 12, you got the number 28 of Stan Kogis. And to his outside, the number 70 of Richard Young. And that will be your starting lineup for today's event right here on Racers Elite Network for this 80 laps. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now is going to be the man, the legend, David Forch. How you doing today, David?
I am doing very well, my friend, and I hope you're doing just as well. And everyone else out there, hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. We are in for some great action today, and a couple people missed the start, so that's going to be unfortunate for them.
Yeah, definitely. I saw Blake Viken and Stan Kogis. Blake Viken, he is currently sitting in his pit stall, but Stan, he has not made his way down on track just yet. But let me tell you what, though, we have a massive field, a lot of new names, but
Absolutely.
there's one name in here though, David, that you're very familiar with, and it's that number 79 of Justin Day.
Yeah, actually, I was really surprised to see that. And there's also a couple more that I recognize: Wayne Graves, Blake Hewlett, Frank Chavez, and yeah, they come from a league that I'm running in, and they are some strong drivers, especially strong super speedway drivers. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they blend in with this Racers Elite squad.
Well,
I'm also blind, by the way.
well, just knowing what I know about them, over on uh, Sensational TV, where I broadcast for the days as well as you. Um, I'm expecting really great racing as
Green
we are now
flag.
green flag right here. As you hear that from our race control, that we are green flag. As Aaron Rowland and Ryan Warp will lead the field down here into turn number 1.
You're fine. That was your fault.
And why am I still getting feedback? I'm going to have to come back and... Yeah, that was weird. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I was able to pick up race control in my ear. So I do deeply apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys can hear her under the first caution, I'll make sure everything is turned off once again. But still, side by side, out of turn number 4 for the first time, Aaron Rowland, he's going to lead the field on the inside here, and he's going to lead lap number 1, Mikey Allen, hard on his tail, and that 67 of Mikey Allen.
My eyes, they work again. 3 wide out in the middle of the field there. Looks like it's going to be... Brett Bray on the outside, Robert Garcia in the middle, and Matt Metler 3 wide back there in the middle. Actually, probably towards the back of the field there. These guys trying to make some moves to get into the position they want to be. That way they can start catching that draft and closing up some of these pretty big spacings between them.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the guys that you always want to keep your eye on is Matt Metler in that 311. He is always usually wicked fast no matter where we go. So seeing him up front is really, or back here, is actually a very big surprise. But at the same time, you just watch as he will probably start making his way to the front here before the end of this thing.
Yeah, and we have 80 laps to get things done here. So I'm sure a lot of these guys are just kind of taking their time, trying to be in a position to either be ahead of or far enough back of the chaos that they can miss it, not have to go down and take repairs and lose any track position. As we see one truck in the back making a dive down, it's going to be number 72 of Darren Hammond. He decided to yield some positions to make sure he wasn't going to get in anything. But at a super speedway, you can't do that. You need to be in the draft. You need to have at least 1 or 2 trucks next to you, and unfortunately for him, looks like he's pretty far back there. But there is a straggler. I see Richard Young in the number 70. He's pretty far back. So maybe this is an effort to help get the 70 a draft partner.
That's
And another one back there, Blake Beacon.
Yep, Beacon, yes. Blake Beacon, he did start down in the pits for this race. I'm not sure why, but that's definitely taken him away from the field. But as we have trouble, the 57 of Mikey Allen in the grass, as he was able to keep it down on the apron.
What a save. You know, good job on him for not rejoining at the worst possible time as well. He made sure he stayed down. Did kind of hurt him when he remerged. He got a little loose, and that's going to hurt. He's going to want to hope for a caution here real soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did lose the pack here, though. He will fall back to Darren Hammond and Richard Young once they get locked in place as well. So we're going to have to see how this all plays out here, you know. As we all know here at Daytona, cautions can hit at any point in time.
Absolutely, and it's always without notice, too. It's when you least expect it. Everyone's going to kind of get into a groove. They're either going to make an aggressive move or become complacent, and then all of a sudden there's trucks upside down.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, these trucks, you know, they're known to get airborne, you know, here at Daytona and Talladega. And, you know, with us running only super speedways on Friday nights, you know, we're going to see a lot of that when we come into the trucks. And hopefully not too many of them, I should say. But yeah, a lot of new names here for me, David. You know, Garrett Michael in that number 63 machine. He is a new face to me here in the Full Send Super Speedway series. Let's see. Justin Day, as I said earlier, in that number 79 machine.
Truck in the apron there. Good job saving it there. I'm trying to find out. That's
Wayne
Graves in the number 07. Yeah, he's coming from another league as well, the same one that Day and I come from. Not surprised to see that happen, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Darren Hammond in the number 72. He is a new one for me here. Richard Young in the number 70 machine. And I thought I saw one more.
Hewlett, number 73.
Yeah, Blake Hewlett, yeah, in the number 73 Dodge Ram. He is a new one here for Racers Elite. So I'm really excited and stoked to have all these new drivers here with us. And let me tell you what, a lot of these drivers, they are really good additions to Racers Elite. And they are absolutely going to love it here. So who knows, maybe sometime down the road we can get more of... a couple more of those guys over there to make the jump over here on Friday nights.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these guys that are new here, the names that I know, at least, they're strong drivers, especially the number 79 of Justin Day. He's a contender in every car, every track that, you know, he jumps into. He's sitting in 10th position right now, but that's just temporary. He knows how to run a super speedway race, so he's going to be biting as much time as he can. He's going to be putting his truck in positions to where he's going to be able to make it through whatever is going to happen. You know, sometimes you're just a product of the beast and you just get collected, but we're not going to see him make any dangerous moves until way later in the race, unless something happens that he just can't avoid and he has to make an aggressive move.
Yeah, I definitely want to jump and talk about the Variety Pack series with the Average Joe's Sim Racing League, where you and Justin are both running. You know, if I'm not mistaken, is it Justin in third place in the points right behind you? And he's like literally knocking on your door?
You know, honestly, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head because he's, you know, behind me in the points. So he's kind of a non-problem. At least that's what I like to tell myself. That way I can feel better going into every race. But yeah, he is a strong contender in there. I'm actually taking a look now. He is third, 17 points behind me. So he's a concern in being realistic. You know, Blake Hewlett, he's 13th in points, and he's strong. And the Variety, for those who don't know, the Variety series is a series that alternates cars and tracks every week. So you never really get a familiar feel to what you're going to be driving the following week. I do know Justin is a oval guy, so he can pretty much jump into any asphalt series and just purely dominate what he applies himself to. But yeah, he is third in points, and he is strong in going from car to car, track to track, and I think that might have been what kind of piqued his curiosity here with the Friday series, is because they have a similar structure, except their rules are NASCAR and Superspeedway.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, one of the biggest things, you know, with that is like, getting into a different car, different track, every single week, it's really tough. And, I give you guys major props because, like, you guys are going from, the spec Fords at Tsukuba to the Legends at the Bull Ring this week. So, I mean, you guys definitely, changing it up. I give you guys major props. And, you know, I'm excited to see what will come on Monday for that. But right now, here at Daytona, Jonathan Stidham and Matthew Moniak, they're racing hard for the race lead right now.
Yeah, and I see a problem developing here, and it's not in the pack. It's ahead of the pack. The number 28 of Stan Kogis, he's currently maybe 3 football fields ahead of them with a huge speed gap. He's going 173 miles an hour right now, and Jonathan Stidham in the 42, he's currently 181 miles an hour with a truck pushing him. They're catching him in the corner. This is going to be an interesting time to be alive if you're on the track. You're going to want that number 28 to dive right to the apron or all the way up to the wall. But being Daytona, this is a 6-7 lane, maybe a 5 to 7 lane track with absolute zero room for error. I mean, as you look at that beautiful shot there, you saw the black truck all the way in the high side. He ducked out and he stuck his truck out there. That's all it's going to take is someone being on the bumper of the vehicle ahead of you. So they now catch them. Stan goes to the top, but these guys can't see. They're bumper to bumper. Oh, there's trouble. There it is.
There it is, right there.
Yep. So far, there it is. There's the chaos. The 79 of Days involved. Aaron Roth in the 57 involved. Garrett Mitchell in the 63s involved. That's not what you want to see, but we still don't have a caution.
Yeah, we are still green flag, even though we had a huge mishap on the back straightaway. Let's go ahead and take a moment, come back here and take a look, see what happened. They were trying to get up past that lap down car, but
hard hit.
Yeah, hard hit there. Let's go ahead and go back. Just a
Old school.
Yeah, old school style right here, and let's get a better view here of. Yeah, it looks like he just tried to stay off of him, and it kind of just like ripped his truck to the left and then hard to the right again. That was actually a very awkward look.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say overreaction. No disrespect, but definitely a hard turn left, hard turn right, and at 180 miles an hour, you got to be very precise with your steering input. And I think he just kind of panicked, thought he was getting a little bit closer than he was, and unfortunate decision making there, and caused a big wreck. And yeah, if I was race control on that one, that's a caution I would have called. I know the drivers don't want to see a caution, but yeah. That took out a lot of hard contenders. And while we are only lap 15 out of 80, that was an absolute big one. Could have been bigger, but...
Oh yeah, definitely could have been a lot bigger. There's the rest of the standings right there. I was wondering why it was so small. But as of right now, guys, we got a 7-car breakaway. Jonathan Stidham, Matthew Moniak, Andrew Teft, Ryan Warp, Aaron Rowland, Kensley Smith, Joe Bonner will be the last car here in this pack. And then 5 seconds back, you have 2 cars of Kirby Wayne Scott and Robert Garcia. And then just about a second back from them, you got Russ Martin, Matt Mettler, Blake Hewlett, and then Frank Chavez, the 3 of Austin Sale, and Brett Bray. No, Brett's actually not far. That's a lap down car right there behind Austin Sale. So if these guys can really settle down and get themselves into a rhythm, this is going to be very beneficial for those drivers.
Yeah, right now, if you were involved in that and you got split from the lead pack, you want these guys to be battling as much as they can. You don't want them to be coordinated. Now, if you are in that pack that got split, you have to be coordinated. It's not about passing. It's not about gaining a position right now. It's about utilizing every single truck you have to break that air and help increase your overall speed the best that you can. And looking right now, the pack is varying between 177 to 180 miles an hour, and this is the lead pack that I'm talking about. that's because they're moving around. They're dancing. You know, they're trying to make moves on each other.
Yeah.
If you're in line, you should be consistently around 180 to 182 miles an hour. So it's going to be interesting to see if these guys start pairing up and working together, or if the lead pack is going to just continue to keep that space out from the rest of the field. Looking at the second pack, they have more trucks in line than the lead pack. So we might be able to see them in 10 or so laps being right back up on the bumpers. These guys in the lead pack, you see it here, two by two, and spaced apart. You know, that's not going to hurt you too bad, but you definitely are faster if you have a truck right on your back bumper, splitting that air, and just kind of makes it almost like an arrow in the wind. It just creates that opening in the air bubble, and it just absolutely picks your speed up. As you see, these guys are now 184 miles an hour in the pack. And that pack that we're looking at right now for clarification.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, this is right here up front. This is exactly what that backpack wants is. They want this front pack to be running side by side like they are, because this is actually slowing this pack down a little bit. And this is going to allow that pack to catch them. They are saying that just about 6.3 seconds right now, but, you know, that's going to quickly change if these guys continue to run double wide. As you all saw right there, Brett Bray in that number 6 back in that 14th spot just ran the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, and you know, it's also important if you're in that lead pack, you don't want to create a space between you and the truck ahead. It's almost like reaching your hand out and grabbing somebody and pulling them towards you. If you continue to generate a gap and then you close that gap, you're actually pulling the vehicle ahead of you closer to you. While you are gaining momentum, you are slowing the car ahead of you down, or the truck ahead of you in this instance. So you want to be as close as you can for as long as you can, and then when your truck starts to overheat, that's when you want to kind of take that opportunity to generate that space so airflow comes to your grill. But yeah, these guys in the lead pack are doing okay to manage it right now. They're kind of staying evenly spaced and sometimes closing in and then creating that evenly spaced, but I don't see this lead pack staying in tandem like that.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's well, one thing I know about these guys, especially the two up top, you know, Kensley Smith and Andrew Teff, they're ready to get to that front of this pack, and they are the ones that want to be the race leaders. But, you know, right now, like I said, they are actually hurting this pack right now. As
Ooh, good save.
Well, that's going to slow them up even more.
Yep, but yeah, you hit the head right on the nail there. They are doing more damage than they are helping by being up on that high side. I get it as a driver's perspective. You don't want to be the last car in the pack. You want to make some moves and get up there, but these guys are pretty evenly matched setup-wise, so there's really no advantage to sticking your nose out, even if you have 3-2. You might make it past the cars ahead of you, but you're losing. As you can see here, 6.5 back now is Wayne Scott in the number 10.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually holding steady, actually. It hasn't really moved much. So, I mean, I guess even with these guys right now racing as hard as they are holding strong at between 0.3 to 0.5 seconds, so.
Yeah, well, they're not losing the time. They're running out of laps. Yeah. You know, these guys are running 180 miles an hour. It takes about 50 seconds to get around the track. Each lap you go at that same speed, you're not helping yourself. So right. While they're not losing the track position, they definitely are hurting themselves in the long run. I don't know if maybe they're thinking about maybe a caution's going to come out, or they think that by having themselves in the front, the pack's going to run quicker, but yeah, now that they're more in line with each other, Blake Viken is going to be, Viken, sorry. He's going to be getting picked up, so that's going to add another truck to that. But yeah, that's not what you want if you're in that pack. You're yelling, get in line, come on.
Right. That's absolutely.
Well, looking up.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I do. You know, if I was in this front pack, I'd be hollering and screaming myself. I'll be like, come on, guys, gotta get in line here. They're catching us. They're catching. You know, even though they're still hanging out about 7 seconds behind now, you know, there's still an opportunity for them to catch us. But as of right now, our front pack here, they are now single file.
Yeah, and they're kind of evenly spaced out between each other. A couple trucks on the bumper of the truck ahead of them. But these guys are kind of just in a holding pattern right now. I'm almost wondering if these guys are starting to try to save some fuel, which may end up helping Wayne Scott and the others who are split up.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible, but they have lost about another second this last lap. This backpack here, as we take a look at Robert Garcia, you know, hanging out right behind Kirby Wainscott in that second spot here in line. But from what I'm looking, this pack is not straight whatsoever. So without them being, you know, in a strong, tight formation, it's definitely going to hurt their progress moving forward.
Absolutely. All you can do right now is hope for a caution if you're not in that lead pack. And if you're in the lead pack, you just got to hope it stays green.
Absolutely. And we're going to drop back to our third pack back here. We've got Wayne Graves back here, Mikey Allen, Darren Hammond, he's back here as well. Garrett Michael and Stan Kogis is back in this little pack back here. Definitely all over the place. They really got to get themselves formed up here and, you know, into a tighter formation. But then back here you have Justin Day in that number 79. I believe that's the that's the 57 there of Mikey Allen not Mikey Allen, Aaron Roth in that 57 machine as well. He's hanging out with the 79, and just unfortunately those guys are just way out of reach at the moment. But right now, everybody is single file as we are working lap number 26 of 80 laps here today at Daytona. And let me tell you what, this is not the kind of racing I was expecting coming into here today. Is, you know, have a big wreck on the backstretch like that, get no caution, and then, I mean, here we are continuing to circle laps with only your top 7 altogether here, and they've gained they actually gained another second on 7th and 8th, or back to 8th. So that second pack is definitely losing a lot of time.
Yeah, and you know, we're back at another concern here. When we've seen it go wrong the first time, there's more now. Looking ahead of the first pack, with Joseph Bonner being the leader, we got the number 70 of Richard Young. He is just barely, again, maybe 3 football, maybe 5. I should be more generous of space between him and the pack. And while, you know, one truck being slower than the rest may not be a problem for most, we saw it here. You know, it just takes one ill-timed move, and at no purposeful time or action of a driver, you know, it could be, you could just not know the driver's there, and you go to make a move on the outside, and all of a sudden you're in the back bumper of them. As you can see here now, a good shot, maybe half a straightaway away, so I was a little bit off. That's a huge speed difference. Richards alone, he's 175 miles an hour. Joseph Bonner currently leading at 181, but he just got a bump, so now he's at 183. And then ahead of Richard Young, we got Aaron Roth in number 57 and Justin Day in the number 79. So these guys have one truck and then 2 trucks to deal with, and we saw it go bad the first time. So yeah, maybe we'll see a clean run by, or maybe we're going to see the next big caution or the next big crash. And hopefully for the drivers out there, this time it is a caution.
Yeah, if that were to happen. But last time they were not single file like they are now, so it's going to be a little bit more easier to get around the lap car this time around. And You know, I'm still trying to wrap my head around exactly what we saw on the back straightaway there. You know, that 57, he just looked really awkward. You know, how he just all of a sudden went left and turned right. It's kind of like as if netcode possibly played a role in that.
It could very well have. I'm actually gonna, while you're taking the lead and watching the live, I'm gonna go back to that and take a deeper look into it and see if just maybe if there's contact or something.
As we ride on board now with the number 66 of Aaron Rowland. Aaron Rowland out of Metamora, Illinois. Currently hanging out directly in front. As you see a lot of movement here. As he's directly in front of that number 15 of Kensley Smith, who has made his way up through the field. And they are now going around Richard Young in that number 70 machine. 30 laps are in the book. Just about 50 laps to go here at Daytona. As we are working lap number 31. These guys are going to be expecting to come down pit road here in a very short while. So everybody's got to get ready to make their dive down onto pit road. And something that Daytona is known for is catching people off guard and catching them speeding on pit road. So that is absolutely something that we are going to have to watch for when they hit the pits here. Here in the
Absolutely.
probably within the next 5 laps or so.
Yeah, I'm taking a look back here. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get a replay spooled up, but just to kind of give a little bit more of details on what happened, it looks like Aaron Roth in 57 had a lot of speed versus the number 28. And coming out of the corner, Roth kind of got a little bit sideways and drifted up just a hair right into the path of the 28. And so the 28 moved up and then kind of came back down as Roth was kind of coming up the track. Roth turned left to try to avoid contact, and when he did, the car just kind of upset itself. Yeah, as we take a look here, you'll see it. As you can see here, he's up in the high line, coming out here. It looks like he's holding his line, but he bobs a little bit, makes a left at right there to make a panic, upset his truck, and just kind of went to the right. And then that's all that it really wrote. Once you upset these vehicles, it's hard to gather them back up at 180 miles an hour. But yeah, it was just a very subtle movements, and it just was more than the truck was ready for, and just absolutely caused a big crash. But yeah, not necessarily an overreaction like I had called it earlier, but not a good time for anyone involved.
Yeah, for sure. As we do have our pit stop starting here. Mikey Allen in the 67 machine. He's finally hitting down pit road. Austin Sale, Justin Day, and Aaron Roth are all leaving the pits now. And just like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you know, these drivers, as they're starting to make their way down pit road, as we got more of them coming down, you know, they don't want to speed on pit road. So they've got to pay a lot of close attention to that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also important to note they're leaving that track surface at 150, 170 miles an hour. And they got to blow it down to 55 because the 13 is more than likely going to get a penalty for that one. He came in pretty hot, and so did the number 10. He was about 60 miles an hour right at that commitment cone. So it's going to be interesting to see if iRacing automated systems are going to peg him for it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. But as of right now, there are no penalties being issued, as these drivers have came down to get 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles and a full tank of fuel, and now they're going to start to pull away as we head back out, as we got more drivers coming down pit road. Hold on to it, Kesley backs it into the pit wall, still holding on to it, and what a watch there out of that 18 of Blake Veakin, as he was able to slow down and avoid making contact with that 15 machine. But the 70 of Richard Young, he got caught I believe, speeding down on pit road, so he's going to have to come down and serve that penalty. But man, that was wicked there out of that 15 machine. I want to go back and right. Oh,
Oh,
caution.
caution. I'm looking.
Darren Hammond in that 72 machine. I'm assuming. Uh,
Interesting. He just pulled off.
yeah, he just.
Did he blow up? No.
Oh, I think he ran out of fuel.
You know what? That's possible.
Yep, that's a running out of fuel right there.
Yeah. Oh, bad management for sure. While we're under caution, I'm going to step away. I'm going to
Go
have my
for
headset
it.
on so I can still co-commentate, but I'm going to go get me some food.
Yeah, go for it. And, while we are here riding on board, I want to go back to when Blake Beacon came down to pit.
I would assume catching the pace car.
Oh, we're gonna have to go back just a little bit more. We're gonna ride on board with him from this view all the way out of turn 4, all the way down here into the pits. And this
You know what I find
72?
interesting for the number 70's penalty?
Ooh, what's that?
That wasn't on entry.
Oof. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
on exit.
Yep, so if entry doesn't get you, the exit can. And execution is absolutely one of the most important things to do. You need to make sure you can execute it safely
Yeah.
and without penalty.
Yeah, definitely. As we take a look here at the 72 down here on pit road. Kirby Wainscott, he's back down pit road to top off on fuel. Jonathan Stidham, he's been very impressive early on here in this run. In that number 42 machine for the Digital Grid Apparel. You guys, while we talking about Digital Grid Apparel, you guys do yourself a favor. Head over to digitalgridapparel.com. And it's like a little consignment kind of deal. You shoot him your logo and he puts it on shirts for you, sells them, and you'll get part of that purchase just like he does. He's a pretty cool guy and definitely somebody to work close with. So definitely hit up Digital Grid Apparel for all of your apparel needs. And if you want, go ahead and take a look at RacerElite.com as well, as we have some awesome apparel for sale with Racer Elites as well. And as you guys all saw right there, I believe it was Mikey Allen in that number 67 machine. He got the lucky dog.
If you're one of the trucks that was involved in the earlier accident, this is absolutely what you wanted to see. You were able to stay on the lead lap, and you were able to stop, get fuel. Everybody's back on the level playing field. So this is going to be an opportunity for a lot of these drivers as we near halfway now. It's going to be an opportunity for them to be able to come back and try to do what they were already doing.
Yeah, absolutely. As we should be getting to the one to go signal this time, as we have Wayne Graves he's going to go ahead and take a wave around. Michael Garrett's going to get a wave around here as well. along with two other drivers, Justin Day and one more. I know there's one more. Aaron Ruff in the number 57. Alright, Stidham, he's actually going to choose to be on the outside on this restart. So this is definitely...
That's an interesting tactic. Normally you do want to be on the low side because that's the line that generates the run the quickest, and more often than not is the dominant lane at the start or the restart of a race. So that's an interesting. I wonder if there was a teammate near him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be a very good... That is so cool. I am so sorry. Give me just a moment here, guys. I just got a new overlay to play with. And I am hoping to get to test it out right now with you guys. So while I get this set up here real quick, David, will you take us away for the start?
Absolutely. Yeah, we are nearing. Oh, as I speak, pace truck pulls its way down onto pit road. This is a long and unique track, but the green flag is already out. What a good jump by Jonathan Stidham. He got a heck of a run there, but that's also not what you want if you're the leader, because these trucks are going to be generating a lot of speed. So we're going to see Joseph Bonner in the number 11. Oh, whoa! That's an interesting development there. Stidham just pulled hard off to the inside. I'm almost wondering if he's having an issue. Everyone else, though, powering through just fine. Our current race leader is going to be the number 13 of Robert Garcia. He's on the inside line now with Blake Hewlett in the number 73. Sitting on the outside, giving Andrew Teft a push in second place. They're going to be coming through turn number 4 now, side by side. They're up to full steam now, as we're going to see some trucks starting to find their place. Ooh, rough push there, got the number 73, I believe that is. Yeah, the number 73 of Blake Hewlett, a little bit loose through the tri-oval, but nothing lost there. I'm just looking at all the vehicles currently in the lead pack here. Not much action going on, but as I say that, a couple trucks get out of line. The number, I believe that's going to be, yeah, the number 11 of Joseph Bonner. He got a little bit tight and went up the track, as I believe that was Matt Metler in the number 311. Yeah, he had to go to the low side, riding that yellow line in order to not cause a crash. But everybody's now kind of being patient. That outside line is now prevailing. That's going to put, I believe that's going to be Matthew Moniak, yeah, in first place at the line. Or no, I apologize. That is not. That's going to be Andrew Teft in first position on that outside line, with Brett Bray close behind him. They're going to try to make a breakaway, but it's not going to work, as we can see the number 36. Yeah, the number 36 has the number 3 on it of Austin Sale. High side now deciding to go to the low side to utilize that momentum to try to see what they can do, and it seems to be working right now, as the number 10 of Wayne Scott. Whoa, there's trouble. They reckon caution flag is out.
Yeah, well, very unfortunate there for these drivers, as the caution is out, and I am actually getting ready.
Pace trucks down there drifting on the apron.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Give me just one moment here, guys. And we're going to go back, take a look, and see what happened here.
That one's on the 67.
Alrighty, let's come back here. I'm gonna have to do it old fashioned, but she said it was on the 67 here of Mikey Allen. Oh, I am still on replay. Okay, now gonna go back and we're gonna take a look, see what happened here. Just over on the other side of the track. Why are we doing it blimp? I don't know. Oh, that's wrong. Alright, let's take a look here and see what happened with that number 57. It looks like he went up and then he came down into the 15. Yep, and that is all she wrote for this. And the pace truck was already moving before the crash was even done.
Yeah, that pace truck was ready to rock and roll. He wanted to do its job. He was drifting down on the apron trying to catch up to them. I mean, I give it a 10 out of 10 out of showmanship. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, absolutely. And my new plugin has been activated. And if it works, when we get the Lucky Dog wave around, which should be, I believe, Blake Vegan, the Whiplash SimCams logo should appear on top. And right now, Kensley Smith in that number 15 machine, he is out front, followed by Justin Day, who was involved in that big fiasco on the back straightaway that did not bring out the caution. He is up to second. Kirby Wainscott up to third, as these drivers are getting ready to come around and come down pit road. Some drivers elect to stay out. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yo!
That's pretty cool.
That is so cool. And I kid you not, I actually just messaged Collateral Damage earlier today. I'm like, hey, Shane, this is what I'm looking for. Is it possible? He comes back and he goes, you know what? Give me time to think about it. I'm like, alright, cool. And then he just messaged me not long after. And he said, well, this is what I got. And I'm like, that's perfect. Man, I'm so excited that that actually worked.
I don't blame you, especially with such a quick turnaround, too. I mean, I know it might seem simple to a lot of people, but this is all plugins. This is all communicating with iRacing. And in a world of technology, I'm sure a lot of you guys understand, technology is great when it works. But unfortunately, most of the time, it doesn't. So the fact that you're now able to see a cool, fancy little Lucky Dog, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just adds to the value that you're getting here at Racers Elite and anywhere else you work.
Yeah, so if there's any broadcasters out there that are happen to watch this over in the SDK Discord, find Shane Cochran. He has a lot of amazing overlays, just like a lot of the ones that you're seeing here today. Go, give him some love, and let me tell you what, he's an amazing guy, awesome guy. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back green flag racing. Kensley Smith, Justin Day will run side by side, heading up here into the high banks, but with no help for Day. He's going to start to fall back as Matthew Moniak, he's going to start to work on the inside, of Justin Day. And now he's going to fall back to the outside of Matt Metler. But now he's finally got some help in that number 79 machine out of, I believe that's the 73 there of Blake Hewlett.
Yeah, and as mentioned earlier, those two are not strangers of each other. They come from the same league. They race with each other. They talk to each other in Discord. So I'm not surprised to see a familiar face pick him up.
Yeah, absolutely. And just having that familiar face, it probably will mean an absolute ton for him as they are looking, to get their first win at their first start here with Racers Elite. Still side by side down the back straightaway. Kensley Smith, your defending Superspeedway champion. He is out front looking to go back to back, I believe, to back here with the Superspeedway series. So you definitely want to keep your eye on that number 15 machine as Justin Day, he will go ahead and take over the race lead here on the front straightaway as he gets a massive push out of, I believe that's now, Blake Hewlett now is up there behind him, and along with Wayne Graves in that 07 machine.
And again, another familiar face for Justin. Graves, same league, same Discord, same situation. So I'm not at all surprised to see them three sticking together, trying to show these boys what's up.
Yeah,
oh, there's gonna be trouble.
Contact. The number 11 sticking his nose underneath Wayne Graves. Gonna stick Graves out to his lonesome. But I was getting ready to say, oh, contact, and there it is. Trouble. Kensley Smith is upside down.
Over.
Hey, man, your mic.
That was the coolest blowover I've seen on iRacing in a while.
A lot.
There's gonna be trouble. I felt it in my bones, in my grim bones.
Big in trouble here. Robert Garcia, he's still sitting down here. Kirby Wainscott in that number 10. He's finally pulling away. The 15 of Kensley Smith up in the air, but that didn't bother him. He's going to move back up to his spot. Andrew Teft, I believe he might have been involved.
'Tis but a flesh wound, my lad. These guys.
Great.
One thing I find interesting is the no damage rule. So as hard as these hits were, they're not really that damaging for them. Unless you end up on your roof, which the number 15 is super lucky not to.
I mean, he pretty much was on his roof and then got flipped right back over. The 10 of Kirby Wainscott coming straight back across, getting into the tail of... I forgot. I didn't catch who that was. The 13 of Garcia. Yeah, the Garcia, and that's what caused Garcia to run through the grass here. Man, look at the detail right there.
That's an action shot of the century.
Holy schwackers, people.
I'm infatuated by the 15's liftoff. That was beautiful. That's peak iRacing crashing physics.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Let's go ahead and ride on board with the 15 and just listen to this wild ride. And he catches
like
a gear like it never. He's coming down pit road in third place.
What a turn of events.
After going airborne. And we're going to watch it here one more time, full speed.
You know, there's as many things a simulation can get wrong, but this one, iRacing got right.
Yeah.
I hate to see it for these guys. Thank goodness there's no damage, but if I ever wanted to be in a wreck, this would be the wreck I'd want to be in.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a highlight reel I would save.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we're going to take a look at it here one more time. The 11 almost got airborne there as well. The 6 almost snuck his way through. And looked like the 66, he actually might have gotten through without any damage.
Well, almost. He made it 90% of the way.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I think the 15 said not again because he's currently our race leader. Beautiful navigational
Look
skills.
at this.
Barely
Slight
tapped it.
contact.
Yeah, and then I think he fell asleep or was celebrating, and then, ooh.
I think he was like, okay, I can breathe, I can breathe. Oh, God!
I wonder, it's one of those ADHD moments where you see all the trucks sideways in your mirror, and you're like, wow, I'm glad I wasn't in. Whoa! I've done that. I did that just the other week, actually. I almost drove straight into a secondary crash. I think it was this week, actually. But yeah. Oh, he's coming in. Interesting. Yeah, he was our race leader. I wonder if he wants to top off and be ready for the long run. Maybe he thinks a couple extra gallons will help him. Let's see if he takes tires. No tires, just fuel. We do have 3 green-white-checkered attempts, so that's maybe not a bad idea. Things are going to get rowdy. Interesting tactic. Not a bad choice. The only side effect to this is he just increased his probability of being in another one like that very, very highly.
Yo, I'm so excited, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Shane actually just posted, about that I had the genius suggestion to add the sponsor block to the Action Alert plugin. And sure enough, he already posted it. But, man, it's not going to be excited as we're getting ready to go back green flag. Matt Mettler, Austin Sale will bring the field back to the green flag. 30 laps to go as we get back green flag racing as we see Blake
Trouble
Beacon.
already.
Trouble already. That's going to be the 57?
Yep, 57 of Aaron Roth.
Hey, Roth.
Gets a bad bump.
Roth, we're not running the road course. It's the oval, dude. Yeah, there you go.
You know what? Maybe going against the grain is what you need for a race win.
Oh, man, my heart breaks for Aaron having such a great run so far all day long. As they're just coming up through the field and... Oh.
Yeah, a
He
big
missed
checkup
it,
from
kid.
Roth.
Let's hear up to third. It sounds like it just, kicked out of gear. That was weird. But anyway, back out front, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Sale, he will lead the field in that number 36 machine, followed by the 311 of Matt Mettler as the 70 is on the inside. Oh no, we have multiple cars on the inside. What in the world am I watching?
iRacing.com truck racing.
What?
Oh, it's a lapped car staying on the inside line, and then, yeah, just poor management from the lap down cars. They just absolutely stayed in the way. That's the number 70 of Richard Young and the number 28 of Stan Kojes. They just stayed right in the way of everybody, and drastic moves from the 79 of Day going down all the way onto the apron to avoid it. Merge is okay, but yeah, that's, I mean, I guess stay predictable, but that's a move.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting move for sure, as these drivers headed back up here in turns of 3 and 4, and Aaron Rowland in that number 66 machine, he is all over the back bumper of that number 311, and he's got to make sure he keeps his car, you know, cooled off, because we still got 27 more laps. He doesn't want to blow it up already.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely important to manage those temps. You have to get really aggressive with your pushes when you're on the outside, but it's important to make sure you're maintaining your temperatures. So now that they're on the inside line, you can see the number 66 of Aaron Rowland. He backed off quite a bit from the 311 just to make sure that he doesn't overheat his engine. But as I say that, he immediately comes right back up into the back bumper of the number 311, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive these guys get as we're coming to lap 55, giving us 26 laps to go at the line. These guys definitely going to have to start getting more aggressive if they're in the back. If you're Justin Day and you were just involved in that, you know you got the speed, you got the skill, you have the understanding of aerodynamics, but you also understand that it could take you 15 laps to get up to the front again, or it could take you 25. But
Yeah,
to be
I see
realistic
that.
with you, Super
That's
Speedway Racing, the most
probably,
important lap is the
avoid
final one coming to the
vehicles
checkered
Yeah.
flag. So
And you know
anyone's
that's
race right
the
now,
wrong-
if you're in that
just
pack,
off
you
track
have an
as well.
opportunity to really win.
Stay on the
Even if
track,
it's not
even
your
if
normal
it's not
forte to be up in the front, all it takes is a lucky break.
Yeah, definitely. As we just heard race control, she did shoot out a warning to a couple of drivers about blocking. So she felt a couple of drivers were out there making big blocks, and she reminded them, watch for those big blocks. And as we see a block right there almost go wrong, as you see that number 3 machine get stuck to the outside.
And pride comes before the fall. These drivers up in the front, they don't want to lose that track position, because if they lose it, it's going to be so hard for them to gain it back without help. So if you don't really have any strong teammates or have teammates in general, you're going to want to try to do your best to avoid it. But you also got to do damage control.
Yes.
You have to make sure that you're not going to put yourself in a position to lose that much ground by trying to stay where you are. So it's almost worthwhile just to accept the defeat of 1 or 2 trucks, because the other trucks behind them are going to see that, okay, so 2 trucks got by this guy. I have 4 behind me. I have the momentum. If I give this guy a bump who they're trying to pass, we might be able to pass these guys that just moved out.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely is. We are now quickly closing out these laps, 24 laps to go. Things are starting to get a little spicy out here, as these drivers are definitely taking more bumps than they should in the rear. But let me tell you what, it's go time for a lot of these drivers, and I think a lot of these drivers are okay with what's happening right now, as we're Aaron Rowland in that 66. He gets shoved out to the front from that number 42 of Jonathan Stidham, and Joe Bonner in the number 11 as well.
Yeah, it's definitely go time. Usually when there's 25 laps left, you want to kind of amp up your aggression just a little bit, try to get yourself into a position to be there at the end. And that usually generates quite a few interesting situations as a driver. You know, you'll see a hole that you think you can fit in, and then you go for it. And then that hole suddenly is no longer there, or, I'm sorry, or you're bumping on somebody, trying to build and generate that momentum in the run, and then he bobbles just ever so slightly to the left, and you get him offset, and he spins, or he hits the vehicle on his inside or outside. So we're going to see
caution.
a caution. That's what we're going to see.
Yeah,
That's going to be the 72 of Darren Hammond, number 13, sliding sideways, but I don't know if he's actually involved. We'll take a look. As, yeah, this is a prime example of what I was saying. I would look at the number 72 with Darren Hammond, and I'd watch from his area.
There he is. All right, well, let's come back here, take a look, see what happened.
Yeah, as you can see, you know, they're bumping each other. The 72 moves up a little bit. One sees a hole, and then the hole's no longer there. That's exactly what I was talking about. You know, it's time to make moves. It's time to go. And the 72 just kind of got upset a little bit into the entry, drifted up the track. And to me, if I was the 72, I would have just accepted it. I would have made sure I would have crowded the 3 before the 1. But, you know, different folks, different strokes. Not a bad move. You know, he was trying to, you know, protect his run. And unfortunate for him that he got turned around. Good news for him, caution came out.
Yeah, for sure. And
almost a blowover again.
Yeah. And that's actually the 36 of where are you at? I just saw you.
It's going to be Austin Sale.
Yeah, Austin Sale.
And yep, it's his fault for having a wrong number on his scheme. So for all intents and purposes, he's going to be the number 3. If he wanted to be represented by the number he registered as, he should have had a better paint scheme. Just saying. Penalty, EOL, next race.
All right, so Darren Hammond in the 72, he just got hit with the cause of caution. So this is going to be his second one. So he will have a drive-through this next time under green. So those unfamiliar with Racers Elite, you have a 3-strike process.
72, make sure you're
first
on the right side of pit road, and then when you're going down, you enter into the 3 boxes.
All right, let me go ahead and turn that off before I forget again, because we don't need to hear race control.
Well, that's where that is. I just mute.
I do mute. Sorry, guys, you're going to see it one more time. Yeah, so on my F10, I have my radio off. But it still picks up everybody.
Hey, you remember how it's the technology is great until it doesn't work? This is one of those moments. Yeah. Where you think the feature should work, but it doesn't.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so while we're under this caution, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just now reading chat. Blake Viken at the start said had some issues. That's not good, Blake. You're better than that. Hey, Rowan, let's go number 23. We've got... who's in the 23 these days? There he is, Frank Chavez in the 23.
Yeah, he's another one that came from the same league.
Yes, Scrimism. They said, let's go LJG. Go get them, boys. Go Moniac from Fish Admin Box. You guys go check out Admin Box 2X's for all of your button box needs. They make some really awesome button box, guys. I've ordered from them before, and I still used it today. All 3 of them almost leading, and I'm assuming that we're talking about the Average Joe brothers who came from Average Joe's.
That's what I was believing, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Did somebody say button boxes? Sponsor me? No. I need buttons.
Hey, Fish, I
might check them out.
Yeah. Hey, come on, Fish. I can use one more button box. Let's work together here. Let's work together. No, I'm kidding. But you
You
guys,
know, it's unfortunate that I can't open his profile. I was gonna give him a full-on ad read real quick, but I can't quite open it up to look at his YouTube. So I'm gonna have to do it the long, hard way. And I'm lazy, but I'm gonna do that because I do need a button box. So let's take a look.
it,
While we're doubling up, getting ready to go, I'm gonna distract myself real quick.
go for it.
You tell me if you want me to take the restart, and I will no longer be distracted.
You take a look at those button boxes, because let me tell you what, the prices are amazing for what they are for. You will not be disappointed if you were to buy, because let me tell you what, I love my button box from Admin Box, and I do plan on buying again at some point. So definitely go take a look there. As we are doubled up here, ladies and gentlemen, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. We're going to go back green flag with just about 18 laps to go when that flag drops. Aaron rolling in that 66 machine. He'll be on the inside. And to his outside, it's going to be that number 42 machine of Jonathan Stidham in that digital grid apparel.com machine. Definitely go check them out. Row number 2, it's going to be the 311 and the 11 of Matt Mettler, Joe Bonner, as your pace truck is going to pull off. And we are getting ready to go back green flag racing here at Daytona, as we are green flag, 19 laps to go. What a good jump there out of Aaron Rowland, as you see the black flag being handed to Darren for a cause of caution for that drive-through penalty. Jonathan Stidham, he's quickly going to jump into that second spot. Joe Bonner will come on third. Matt Mettler will be in fourth on this restart. And now everybody else is all doubled up, single foul behind, or doubled up behind them for fifth on back. And as of right now, that number 73 of Blake Hewlett holding strong on the outside. And he's got Kirby Wainscott behind him. And then the 15 of Kirby Wainscott. The 79, Justin Day, back up here in the mix as well, as they make their way down here back into the tri-oval, as they will continue to pace around this beautiful 2.5 mile super speedway. One driver up into the wall. I believe that was the 73, of Hewlett getting up there, as we have trouble behind him.
Oh, Wayne Graves hard in the outside wall on that 07. The number 36 as well. Yeah, it's go time. These drivers are going to be stepping it up quite a bit, trying to make some really aggressive moves to get themselves up, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a product of that.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see that number 3 Wheaties machine of Austin Sale involved in this one as well. Wayne Graves in that 07, massive hit to the outside wall that you all just saw. Let's go ahead and come back here and take a look, see what happened. We did see one car get up into the wall, and that kind of jumbled everybody behind them. And I think, I don't know if they just like got scared or whatever, but the 15, oh no, the Wayne Graves, he actually came up and got into the side of the 36 or the 3 machine of Austin Sale. The 18, Blake Beacon, absolutely nowhere to go. The 6 had nowhere to go. Hard contact there. The 3 machine, all 4 wheels off the ground. The 45 up in the wall to slow himself down. Actually, very smart move there. I actually don't blame him for that one. And then the 6 also hard into the outside wall there.
Yeah, tough luck. Fortunately, caution did come out, so these drivers are able to reset themselves and try to get going once again. Now begs the question, though. Up 64 out of 80. What do? Do you pit? Do you top up on fuel? Do you add just enough to make it through the possible Green-White-Checkered? Do you stay out? It's still anybody's game here. Anyone has a chance to win. It's all about executing.
Yeah,
almost flung my keyboard across the room. Don't mind me.
Yeah, if I already came down pit, if I didn't come down pit road under that last caution, then I am for sure coming down this time by.
Yeah, it looks like not anybody's going to be taking it. A couple people looking down to consider what they're doing. But yeah, a couple names to mention. You know, we obviously know Stidham and Bonner. Frank Chavez in the number 23, he's sitting fourth right now. He's one of the new guys. Garrett Mitchell in the number 63, he's fifth. Justin Day in the number 79, he's seventh. Blake Hewlett, number 73, he's back in 11th. He had a little bit of trouble there on the green flag run. He was shuffled back a little bit, but he's doing pretty well as well today. And as we saw at the number 07 of Wayne Graves, he's probably going to receive an EOL here. So tough luck for him, but I mean, he knows how to drive. He kind of gets caught up in a lot of different bits of mayhem here and there. Sometimes caused by himself, sometimes not. But I wouldn't count him out either as far as the new guys going.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I hate to break some news to you, but Frank Chavez, he's not a newcomer. He actually ran the whole last season with us.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool to know. Because he definitely doubled duties. He's one of the Thursday night guys.
Yeah, so it's not our first time seeing him out here.
That is cool to see, yeah. I was looking at just to kind of verify if maybe it's just a coincidental name. Yeah, he definitely runs double duty. So that's a name that I'm actually familiar with that runs this series then. I know one driver out there.
Hey, you know
but I'll
what?
tell you what though, a name that we haven't really mentioned much today is the number 98 of Andrew Teft. We mentioned him a little bit ago when he was up in the front.
Yep.
He's a name that I'm getting very familiar with, watching him race in each of the series here at Racers Elite. I'm putting money on him to be where he wants to be when it counts. I'm not saying he's going to be the winner, but I have a feeling here as these laps wind down, we're going to see him come charging through the field and will be in a position to be where he wants to try and take the win.
Yeah, definitely something to keep our eyes on, but I do want to take a moment here before we do go back green flag racing. The NASCAR world once again lost one of the best drivers that has ever come through, Ned Jarrett. He passed away yesterday of, I believe it was natural causes. But man, 93 years old, Ned Jarrett, and really tough day for the NASCAR community. But let me tell you what, Ned, make sure you say hey to Kyle for all of us, and Godspeed, and our thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. But we are getting ready to go back green flag racing right here, ladies and gentlemen, at Daytona. And let me tell you what, buckle up, sit down, and
green flag.
we are green flag racing once again here at Daytona. As Aaron
What a jump
Rowland,
out of the 66.
yeah, that was a really good jump out of the 66 of Aaron Rowland. He's going to get pretty far out there, so we'll go and see what happens. You know, when Jonathan Stidham and company finally catch up to him, as Stidham, he's having a really good push here. Adam Joe Bonner and that number 11 machine And Frank Chavez, he's right there hot on their tail as well. No, they're just going to stay right there back behind as we just had,
Smart.
believe we had one car just kind of like pop up into place here.
Yeah, that was a really smart move by second place driver of Jonathan Stidham. I know it's real easy to see that run and try to capitalize on it and just go to the outside. But while
Yep.
that could be a good thing for you, I'm under the belief that the first place is the worst place to be at a super speedway. While you are in control, that allows the cars behind you or the trucks behind you to generate enough run and enough of them to generate a run to have two of them coming on your outside. Now where do you go?
Yeah, absolutely. And right now we see that 63 of Garrett Michael. He's getting a big push from that 311, but they're up there against that outside wall. That's not going to do them as they both bounce off the Matt Mettler. Stop that.
Ping pong, ping pong. Oh man, this is the moment where you're thankful damage is off because you're just over there trying your best not to cause a bigger crash
Yeah.
and just
Whoa!
ooh, rough push. Yeah, we're gonna see that a lot here as we wind down to 12 laps to go. These guys are gonna be absolutely pushing. They're gonna be running until that very last moment of their engine. They're gonna be watching their temp gauges, making sure that they don't blow up. But we got trouble, number 13 around.
Robert
Turn in reverse, Terry.
Robert Robert Garcia running backwards, and it looked like Wayne. No, that wasn't Wayne. I'm sorry. The 63 of Garrett Michael might have been involved in this one here as well. The 57. Let's look at it one more time here. Just coming up here into the corner, just a push gone wrong. Sending him around. And let me tell you what, that was some really good driving out of the 13 to keep him off of the drivers on the inside there as he was facing backwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was good truck control. He let it roll where it needed to roll, and then he went down and did a beautiful execution of a J-turn, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal execution on that. And minimal loss, you know. Caution came out, so now he's able to regroup and just kind of feel out what he wants to do. How is he going to make his moves? You know, when is he going to make his moves? We're going to get green flag with less than 10 laps to go. We're going to see ultimate aggression here. We're going to see a lot of the fast drivers start making some moves that you wouldn't expect right away. And I'm thinking you're gonna see a minimum of one Green-White-Checkered. Just calling it. Cautions breed cautions. Just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true right there for sure. As, you know, we are now closing in here on 10 laps to go this next time by. So when we go back green, we're probably only going to have maybe 8 laps left in this event. So a lot of good drivers still out here. They're all on the lead lap. Except for Stan Kogis, Richard Young, and Darren Hammond. They are all 2 laps back, but they're all still hanging on track. And Russ Martin Jr., he unfortunately had to retire early in his Dodge Ram. You can catch Russ Martin right here on Racers Elite Network Wednesdays and Thursdays for the O'Reilly and... I'm sorry, not O'Reilly's, but for the late model and the Gen 4 series. And if anybody out here is listening and you are running tomorrow in the Majors 24 event, I want to wish you all luck as they are getting ready to finish sorting out the splits for tomorrow. And almost 1,000 teams put in their qualifying runs. And let me tell you what, that event just keeps getting bigger and bigger every single year.
Love to see it. You know, it's always good to see things gaining momentum and just continuously growing within themselves. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do, hard to get a good group together, and it's hard to do it consistently.
Yeah. Alrighty, the lights should come off on the iRacing.com pace truck this time by. The 57 of Aaron Roth, he will go ahead and get the EOL for cause of this last caution. Alright, here rolling in the 66, he's going to take the inside. That's going to bring Jonathan Stidham in the 42 to his outside. Joe Bonner and the number 11 will be on the inside row number 2. The 57 of Mikey Allen having a good day. He's up here in that 4th spot. Blake Hewlett in the 73. He's up having a great spot or a great day as well. And right behind, right up to his outside is going to be that number 10 of Kirby Wainscott. The Racers Elite Draft Master King, the 15 of Kensley Smith. He is currently sitting back in that 9th position. I'm sorry, that 7th position. And to his outside, Frank Chavez in the 23. And to round out your top 10, it's going to be newcomer Justin Day and Andrew Teft in the number 98 to his outside.
We're going to see some big moves here. I'm pretty confident of that. A lot of the guys position 5 and back are going to want to make a move as soon as they can. Lap 72 out of 80 going green, lap 73, so that's about 7 to 8 laps. I know what the basic math is, but you always have to count that extra lap around. So it's going to be a lot of bumping, a lot of side-to-side action.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of side drafting, and that adds a lot of potential to go wrong, especially considering netcode and just generalized car bobbles.
Yeah, definitely, and man, we're in for an absolute treat here. As we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. The iRacing.com pace truck driver Fred, he will peel off to the right. Barney up in the flag stand is going to give him the green flag as they enter the United Rental restart zone, and we are green flag once again here at Daytona International Speedway. And once again, Aaron rolling off to a really big jump. The 42, Jonathan Stidham, he's going to get right back down behind him. Mikey Allen, he's going to try to work the outside here of Joe Bonner, and they're going to try to make that outside lane work. Kirby Wainscott still on the back bumper of Mikey Allen as they make their way through turns 1 and 2 here with 8 laps to go coming out of turn number 2. And now they are flying down the back straightaway now here at full speed. Well, almost full speed, I should say. And as they will go ahead and climb back up here into turns 3 and 4. That outside lane has kind of stalled out a little bit.
Yeah, right now it's all about building that momentum.
There he is. The 57 is around. The
67,
Kirby Wayne, I'm sorry, the 67, he is around Mikey Allen. I know I saw Kirby Wainscott, he's back there. The 45 of Matt Metler, I'm sorry, 45 of Ryan Warp, Matt Metler involved in this one here as well. Oh.
A lot of trucks were involved in that one, actually. The 15 again, he was sent up into the wall. Number 23 was involved. Yeah, a lot of people were involved in this one. Oh.
Oof.
Look, mono brakes.
Yeah, that was because A couple drivers were crashed still down here at the start or at the end of pit road. But let's come back here, take a look, see what we can see what happened. The 57 got loose down to 11, and that just I'm sorry, the 67, and that absolutely turned them. And then we had more trouble in front of them. Frank Chavez, the 15. Wow, okay. So this is what you were looking at.
Tactic. Yeah, this is an interesting tactic here. He threw it in reverse, Terry, and Graves was trying to merge at the same time, and then bing, and then boom, and then that.
Yeah.
I mean, with the caution flag, I don't know if I can get behind that tactic there. I mean, I wonder what his plan was.
That's nothing new for him.
I hope he finishes in the podium so we can ask.
No, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen this time around, as we see the 67 still having issues. The 36, Austin Sale involved. The 23. And we had a lot of trucks decided just to bring it on down through the dirt here. And the 72's sideways for some odd reason. Not sure exactly why. All right. So we're going to rack these guys up and we're going to do it all over again.
Similar situation as the 07 and the 15. Trying to remerge on the track and not being clear. He just came up and doored the number 70.
Yeah. Well, well, well. How the turn of the tides.
The turns have tabled, my friend. You are absolutely correct.
Absolutely. As it looks like... Yeah, Stan Kogis in the 28 machine. It looks like he's going to be our lucky dog candidate. And he is going to get back on the lead lap after falling 3 laps down at one point. Yeah, that's right. The 28. He actually missed the actual start, I believe.
He did.
Yeah, so...
He is one of the few drivers that did, the number 18 as well. So this is very fortunate for them, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so Stan, congratulations. Worked your butt off back onto the lead lap. Only took you 75 laps, but here you are. Good job. Never give up. And now Stan Kogis, he's going to come through the field and win this thing.
I was going to say, don't be hating. He got back on the lead lap at the most crucial point in the race. The last 5 laps, because the most important lap is that final lap. And now is when you put that pedal all the way to the floor and you close your eyes and pray.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, you never know how this is going to turn out for him. But we are...
Or anyone.
Yeah, we are going to double him up, David, and we're going to do this all over again. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to watch another blowover. Hey, I don't have to worry about anyone getting hurt. I can say that without feeling guilty. These guys are absolutely going to go ham on this, and it's just going to increase the odds of another crash exponentially. I mean, we're less than 5 laps to go. They're doubled up. They're ready to go. We know the product of Superspeedway racing. This is where big names are made. This is where dreams are crushed. And it all has to do with one final lap.
Absolutely. And
we're almost there.
Yeah, I couldn't have said that any better myself. But there's some big names that are looking for their for a really good, strong finish today. Jonathan Stidham in that number 42 machine. He struggles so much at these super speedways. But here he is up here in the 2nd spot. Same thing with Aaron Rowland. He struggles. But here he is up here, looking for a race win. Blake Hewlett making his debut. I'm not sure how much about him. Joe Bonner, he's gotten close a couple times himself. Frank Chavez in that 23. we know that he's had the worst luck here in Racers Elite. Always getting taken out late in races. But here he is, running 5th at the moment. It is still anybody's game as we're coming to 4 laps to go into the United Rental Restart Zone. We are green flag racing once again here at Daytona National Speedway. Aaron Rowland gets out to a really big lead here. And that 42, there he goes. Now he goes to the inside. And that's going to bring, who's that? The 73 machine, Blake Hewlett, and the 79 of Justin Day. They are looking to take home the race win here today. As Stidham tries to go up to make a small little block. No, he's actually, there he goes. Yeah, okay. I got lost there for a second of the blue and white colors kind of matching there.
Ooh.
But
so
big movements.
An interesting move by the number 18. Sorry to cut you off, but the 18, instead of joining in with Hewlett, Day, and Chavez, he made it 3 wide. He absolutely made an aggressive move there, and I don't know if that would be the right move to make. I know we're coming down to the closing laps, but you want to try to build as much momentum as you can. As you can see, the 3 wide battle going on, they're losing the cars ahead of them. They're slowly but surely, they're getting it now, but they were absolutely killing their momentum, because as soon as you stick out the truck in the air, it's like hitting a brick wall. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys make it work for him. As Hewlett, I think
there goes.
He's able to fit into 3rd place, or 4th place,
They're
rather.
4 wide back there.
My lord. Told you aggression is going to be at the all-time high, but these guys are doing a really good job at managing it right now. A couple bobbles here and there, but they're riding 181 miles an hour, door to door.
Oh, there it
bumper
goes.
To bumper. There it goes. Yep.
The 79's around.
Again. Yep, the 6 around. Oh, man. You love to see it, but you hate to see it at the same time.
Matt Metler involved here as well. Kirby Wainscott, he's down here on pit road. Andrew Teft involved. Ryan Wart. No, I don't think Ryan was involved here. All right. All right, let's go back and see who done it. All right.
Oh, actually, Warp Start was not his product, but he definitely got a bad bump. Gave him a little bit of an upset truck. He comes down, makes contact on the right side of the number 79, sends them both in the wall, but Andrew Teff gets bumped and then turned down in 3. We got 2 different crashes happening here.
Yeah. Look at that 3 car try to lift up in the air.
That 6 as well.
6, yeah. Ooh.
Hard hit to the number 98. Nowhere for that driver to go.
Yeah, the 6 backs up into the 3 machine. All while we have the 67, Mikey Allen and Kirby Wainscott in the 10 sliding down here on the inside. Let's come back, take a look, see what happened to these 2. They both got shoved. Man, tough break for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, and the number 36, that orange 3 truck, he unfortunately had nowhere to go for the crash that happened ahead of the number 45 and 79. And it's just a product of being so close to each other. You get sucked in to the door, and you're so close that you have no time to react.
Yeah.
But the number 1 did just receive an EOL for causing that caution. And that's going to be for the crash that actually happened ahead of the one we were watching originally. So that's going to be put on the 1 as he did come down and make contact to the 63's right side, which sucked the 63 up into Teft, which turned him down into the number 3, who is registered as the number 36.
Yeah. I mean, that could have gone either way. I mean, technically, if you want to get technical about it, Ryan Warp, he did get it turned, and then, unfortunately, it fell around one other person as well.
I feel like that incident, I think this might be ruled as 2 different incidences by race control. I think race control may deem that one that we were watching as a racing
Actually,
incident. Because, yeah, it was just a bad bump.
no, there is no penalty issued. I see it was retracted.
Interesting, because you can't retract an EOL on iRacing. As soon as you give it, they have to go to the end of the line.
No, you can clear it.
Well, yeah, you can clear the actual penalty, but I think it still stands. Because the one is currently being passed by the 6, so that's not going to be a happy Matthew Moniak, if you ask me.
No.
Stan Kogis was just removed from the server.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not
By
sure.
admins?
Yeah, by theft. He pulled down to the middle of the track and then was removed.
Sorry, Andrew. You got my curiosity moving. Yeah, so
I don't know why. I went all the way back to the crash and he was slow, but maybe it was something said over the radio.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Do you think I would be scolded for investigating this?
No.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Jonathan Stidham, Aaron Rowland, both looking to bring home the race win here today as they make their way down the back straightaway. That as Fred, our pace truck driver, is leading the field. What a beautiful view that was.
I was unable to find out any information.
Heh.
My legs are tired from running all the way from the booth to the race control room.
Oh, you went to Chantel?
No, I went to theft.
Oh, okay. He said bug off.
He was respectful about it. But yeah, no information gained. But that's not our issue, as we are now doubled up and getting ready to rock and roll.
Green-White-Checkered. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Who is going to win this race? As you guys know, turn your speakers down because I get loud. We are Green Flag Racing, hopefully for the final time here, as Aaron Rowland once again gets out to a big lead. Bray, he's been disqualified for incident points, as they will go ahead and make their way up into the high banks here of 1 and 2 here once again. Blake Hewlett in that 73. He is still holding strong. Now getting help from Garrett Michael in that number 63 machine. Big bump there. He goes up the track. Still single foul on that outside lanes. Now here comes the 18 of Blake Viken. He is looking to get his first win here on Friday night. He knows he can get the job done, but he has not had the right person to push him to the end. Now here he comes now with that heavy push from Blake Hewlett out of turn number 4. Down the back straightaway, or front straightaway they go right now. White flag is in the air. Now this is it for all the racing marbles. Now we're going back 3 wide racing. Crash behind him. Aaron Roth disqualified. Still side by side for the race lead here, coming down to turn number 2. Blake Hewlett all over Blake Viken's back bumper as they make their way out of turn number 2. Jonathan Stidham all over the back bumper of Aaron Rowland as they come down the back straightaway. Still side by side. David, this is going to come to the line. Which driver is going to get it? Aaron Rowland or Blake Viken? Viken gets turned!
Ooh.
Blake and Viken gets turned. One car on its side, almost upside down. Out of turn number 4, Aaron Rowland in that number 66 machine. He's going to bring it home for the race win. Jonathan Stidham in the 42 will come home second. And Blake Hewlett will come home third. What a finish to a crazy, crazy race.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I saw that coming the moment they accidentally door touched, and I was just wondering how many trucks were going to be involved, and that was an absolute showing.
Yeah, I know on green flag we lost the number 6. So I want to come back here and see what happened to the 6 machine. He's right there in front of the 10 machine. Just a simple 2X right there got him. And then I know right about the start finish line, we're going to lose the 57 as well. And that's going to be Aaron Roth there as these guys come out of turn 2. And because I know that we lost Aaron Roth in the 57.
Hard bump equals incident point count?
I believe so. And again, I know that it was at right about the start finish line. Right there.
Yep,
So-
incident count.
Yep.
Because he hit him and he hit the other vehicle so quickly.
Yeah. Tough. See, that's real
Absolutely.
tough. Because
That's
they
one thing that I don't like about it.
yeah,
That's not human error. That's a systematic error.
yeah. So
And it's by design.
right. So they all check out because of this crash right here, and unfortunately, with him getting in the back of the 45 of Ryan Warp, that's ultimately what caused him to do that. And so this was the crash up here in turn 1.
After the white flag, which is
Yep.
why there was no yellow, in case anyone is
Woo!
not entirely sure how
Oof.
the system works. Oh, rough ride for the 70. Yeah. I bet
Yeah,
you he's a little dizzy.
just a wee bit. Richard Young in that 70 machine going for a wild ride.
That's one I wouldn't want to have a motion simulator for.
Yeah. Actually, I might.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I do think it'd be entertaining. My shoulders might hurt, but whee!
All right, and as they come up here into turns 3, right there, that's the bump that's gone wrong.
Yeah, and it's not a fault to any of these drivers out there. It's the last lap coming in the last corner. Momentum is important, and you got to be on the bumper, especially when a truck like
Yep.
the truck that's upside down makes a move like that early on.
Yeah, for sure. Coming all the way back here to the checkered flag. Aaron rolling into 66. He's going to bring it home. And I want to do you right, Aaron. Did you? I want to make sure he came down, did his Bernie Burns.
Oh, he
real
totally
quick.
did. He burned him down. There was a fire. Trucks went out there. He jumped out yelling Ricky Bobby quotes. It was glorious.
Yeah, I don't want to do Aaron rolling wrong here at Daytona for the first race, so we're going to go ahead and just fast forward here to his victory celebration here on the front straightaway. And it looks like he'll be joined by the 42 of Jonathan Stidham. And ladies and gentlemen, your race winner, driver of that number 66 Sport Clips Chevrolet, it's going to be Aaron rolling out of Metamora, Illinois. He'll get the first win here of the day. He's being joined by the 11 of Joe Bonner as well as along with Jonathan Stidham, as they are going to come down to the start finish line for a possible group photo.
I hope Daytona doesn't penalize Aaron $200,000 for ruining the grass before a big cup race.
I mean, that is true. But ladies and gentlemen, my oh my, what a amazing race. What an incredible finish. And before we go talk with our top three, let's go ahead and take a look at our race results. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm sorry. My brain is going a lot faster than it needs to be. All right, your race results. Aaron Rowland in that number 66 machine. He'll bring it home first. Jonathan Stidham brought it home second. Blake Hewlett third. Joe Bonner, he'll bring it home fourth. Fifth, Frank Chavez. Sixth will go to Andrew Teft. Seventh will go to Kensley Smith. Matt Metler or Matthew Moniak. And Ryan Warp will round out your top 10. Blake Viken, he'll come home 11th after wrecking there on the final lap. Wayne Graves 12th. Jonathan Day, Kirby Wainscott, Garrett Michael will round out your top 15. Austin Sale, Mikey Allen, Robert Garcia, Aaron Roth, and Darren Hammond will round out your top 20. 21st will go to Richard Young, Brett Bray, Stan Colgis, and Russ Martin Jr. will round out your field for today. Your hard charger will go to the 15 machine of Kensley Smith. Aaron Rowland, he led 30 of the 80 laps today to lead the most laps. He was also your fastest lap driver along with your pole sitter. We did go for a total of 83 laps here today. 12 different lead changes, 7 cautions, and a way to end it here today, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's go ahead and talk with our top 3, starting with Blake Hewlett, driver that number 73 machine. If I could find where I'm at. And one more place. Sorry, guys. Here it is. Blake Hewlett, driver of that number 73 machine. He will be your third place driver. Blake, gets Mike and David up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I got you guys.
Blake, what an incredible run out of you here today. You moved up 10 spots after starting 13th. What was it like out there today? And what was going through your mind there on the final lap?
I was just hoping we'd stay green the whole way that last restart there. And then as we were coming around, I don't know if I was the one that caused that, but I sure hope not. I was trying to be clean the whole race.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't really get a stop and get a good look at it, but I mean, it's the final lap on a restrictor plate. Sometimes bad bumps just go wrong. So, I mean, it could have been, it might not have been, but either way, it was a good finish for you in your Dodge Ram. Uh, what was it that, what, dang it. I just had the question, now I lost it. David, do you got anything for Blake?
I do actually. Good to see you, Blake. Surprised to see you here.
See.
Yeah. So obviously you had a strong race today. A lot of ups and downs for pretty much every driver out there. I believe this is your first showing here, right?
It is in this league, yes.
What's your takeaway from this? How do you feel after running 80 laps here at Daytona with the Racers Elite crew?
It was good. I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't look up all the rules at first. I didn't know that we had unlimited fast repairs and stuff like that. So I was a little worried off the bat. But I think everyone does a good job, and they definitely don't drive like there's no fast repairs. So it was good. I think everybody drives respectfully. I was just kind of trying to get a feel for everybody, and just try to push when I could and follow when I needed to, and just see what happened.
Absolutely. And a couple other familiar names made a showing here today. Obviously, your ultimate goal was to have all of your teammates, come out in the top 5, top 3, whatever it may be. But unfortunately, you seem to have better luck than the other guys on your team. What was the overall strategy for today with you guys?
We were just trying our best to get in the same line, and if we were right by each other, obviously, work together and push that way. Um, Early on, if we had a run, just take it, kind of do whatever helps you the best. And then once we got to the end, we tried to really focus on getting together and trying to help each other as much as we could.
Absolutely. Mike, back to you.
Alrighty, Blake. Congratulations, buddy, once again on your third place finish. And is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
I want to give a big shout out to Justin Day and Carbon Coats. He does all my paints, so he made me look faster than I was out there. And then just a shout out to my wife, Megan, and my kids, Austin and Ella. I had them on the side of my car today, and maybe that's why I had a good performance.
Absolutely. Well, Blake, again, congratulations on your third place finish, and hopefully we will see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your third place driver for today, it's going to be Blake Hewlett in that number 73 machine. Now, let's go ahead and bring up that number 42 of Jonathan Stidham.
What up?
What up, John? How you doing, buddy?
Oh man, I feel like I've talked to you guys a few times this week. Been
I
nice.
know. Man, you've just been on a roll this week, John, and I mean, here you are sitting second here on Friday nights. I know it's been a while since I've talked to you here in the Superspeedway series, so welcome back to the podium, man. How you feeling,
man.
and how was the racing out there?
Oh, dude, it was great. Just a little thing that everybody might not know. The 66, the 42, and the 11 are all teammates. We weren't leaving each other's bumpers the whole race. I don't know what anybody was doing. They couldn't hang with us. We're pretty much the best there is, best there ever will be. You know me.
Bringing out the Bret Hart in you, huh?
Yeah, I had to bring out a little bit of the Ricky Bobby. But anyway, we were good.
I was wondering what you were doing with your hands.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with them. But no, we had a plan. We were just gonna stick together. We weren't gonna leave the bottom. We were, rolling the restarts pretty good, and it all kind of worked out. We almost got 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, 4. So, it's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely a really good day, and I did shout out Digital Grid Apparel a couple times throughout the race.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, so you guys again, it's kind of like a little consignment kind of deal. So go and check them out, guys. Digital Grid Apparel, and man, John, just what a good day for you guys. Glad to see you guys work so well together. I think this is the best I've seen you guys actually be able to, all three of you, get together and have a strong showing like this. So definitely good overall. Congratulations to the whole team. And is there anybody that you would like to give a shout out to, John?
Obviously, Joe and Aaron and all the LJG guys. Patrick and Cody and everybody. I joined right before all these seasons started, so it's been fun to finally get some help and start running up front like we should have been all along. But and then of course Digital Grid Apparel .store. Go ahead if you are any sort of iRacing level. Doesn't matter if it's your first week or you've been on the service for 10 years. We do 50-50 splits on shirts. I'll help you design it. I've been a graphic designer for forever, so I can help you make cool NASCAR style t-shirts. We split the profits. I got an Instagram, Facebook. I put ads out, and we're trying to get some money back in the pockets of the racers who are spending hundreds of dollars on the service. So, Yeah.
Heck yeah. Definitely, you guys definitely go check that out. But congratulations, John, on your runner-up, and we'll see you next week when we head out to Talladega with the O'Reilly cars.
Oh, that's going to be fun. All right, cool. Yep, see y'all then.
Alrighty, John. Ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up driver, that number 42 machine, Jonathan Stidham. Let me tell you what, we will not be able to talk to our number 66 friend of Aaron Rowland, as he's pretty shy around being on the mic. But a huge congratulations out to that 66 of Aaron Rowland on his race win here today. And Man, David, what a race. What are your final thoughts before we head out today?
I'd say we pull Joseph Bonner in as an honorary interview since we can't get the race winner.
You want
He's
to do
he's been
that?
saying some sweet he's been saying some sweet things to me in that YouTube chat, and I think he earned himself an interview.
Alrighty, so we're going to bring him on up. Ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 11 Toyota, Joe Bonner. Joe, how you doing, brother?
Not too bad. What's going on, Mike?
Not too much, brother. Well, I heard that you were talking some sweet nothings to David in chat, and I kind of got jealous, so we decided to bring you up, buddy. How was your race?
It was good. I really enjoyed tonight. Been some crazy stuff happening in the rear view, but I feel like the entire team did really good. Aaron wanted to do an interview, but his wife was waiting for dinner, so he had to hurry up and get out of his truck and get back there to have some dinner with his wife.
Gotcha. Well, I apologize for making him wait. But man, so just really great race out of for you guys all around. Best you guys have looked as a team overall. Honestly, today was a really good showing what you guys got. And what do you think you guys got for next week at Talladega in the O'Reilly cars?
I think we're going to do all right. Unfortunately, John won't be there. He's got plans, so it'll just be me and Aaron. But I'm just happy Aaron came out of retirement, so to say, to finally get back in Racers Elite and get racing again. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully it's a little bit cleaner and not so many wrecks at least, but I had fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I keep meaning to go back and look about Wednesday night. Did I take you out over in the late models? Was that
Mike,
you?
I'm gonna. Yeah, it was. It wasn't
Okay.
fun to hear that, but it's all right, man. It's
It
racing.
was that was all me.
Well,
I
well,
went
I'll
for
I'll interject and say that I've taught Mike everything he knows except that. So I take zero responsibility for his actions that night. I told him to hit his brakes and instead he hit his throttle. That's on him.
well, I'm tired of seeing that number 11 for no, I'm kidding. John, yeah, I'm sorry, Joseph. Yeah, man, I'm so sorry about that, brother.
No, you're good. It's racing,
Oh,
man. I get it. It happens. I'm here to have fun, just like most everybody. So it's cool.
Yeah, I even told David as it was happening, I'm like, "Oh man, this ain't good." He goes, "What?" And he goes, "Oh."
Yep. Once I got wrecked and I saw who it was, I was like, Mike, come on.
Yeah, and then both of my computer screens just went completely black, and I got booted from the race.
Oh, perfect.
I think that was
a little bit
voodoo
of karma.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that was
voodoo from
karma.
Joseph.
But all
He
right,
just sits with the voodoo doll.
yep.
Yep.
All right, David, do you have any questions for Joseph before we let him go?
Yeah, I just got one. I mean, obviously, the whole race today for you guys as a team, and you specifically, has been just absolutely stellar. What was your strategy at the end, coming to the final green flag? I know you guys are a team. I know you guys are going to work together, but I know you want to win just like anybody else. What was your thought process coming to that green flag to the checkered?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the goal is everybody wants to win, but as the team owner and the guys that we have on our team, they're an awesome group of guys, and I don't care if I win, they win. I mean, as long as we can all get up there in the top three, top five, I'm happy with it. I don't care. I'll gladly stick behind their bumper and help them get the win.
Good man. Good teammate to have, that's for sure. Well, I appreciate you sparing some time for us up here in the booth, the little side banter as well, and I look forward to seeing what you got next week.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be the driver of the number 11 machine, Joseph Bonner. What a good guy. Have a lot of fun. And let me tell you what, David, we had an amazing race, but we're going to go ahead and end it right here, buddy. We want to thank everybody so much for coming out to join us right here on Racers Elite Network. If you guys haven't done so, go check out racerelites.com. Go check out our store, as all those proceeds goes back to helping these broadcasts happen. So you guys definitely go check us out. Show us some love. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. If it's not fun, you need to go and make it fun. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mike Taylor up here in the booth along with David Forch, my good buddy. And until next week, we will see you all in Talladega. Have yourself a beautiful time zone.